Hi, I'm Jocelyn, and I'm a stay-at-home mom on a mission to earn $1 million. Along with the help of my husband Jeremy and my two kiddos, Big C and Little T, I'm going to try different methods to build from absolutely nothing all the way up to $1 million. Might sound crazy, but I think I can do it. This adventure is all about making some extra money for my family, teaching my kiddos about money and hard work, all while having fun doing it. Hey guys, I wanted to share some tips with you today about Facebook Marketplace. I've been selling on Marketplace for years, even long before starting this Mom to a Million adventure. And I love it. It's quick, it's easy, it's local. It's my favorite place to sell. And so over the years, I've come up with some tips that have really helped my listings sell faster and just make it an all-around better experience for everyone. So let's dive right into it. Tip number 1, take killer photos. Photos are so important in Marketplace. As people are scrolling through, they're just looking at the photos first, and so a good photo will make people stop and actually click on your link. It's not hard to take good pictures. Number 1, clean up your item. I can't tell you how many listings I've seen that are still dusty or have irrelevant clutter on them. They just need to be clean, ready to go. So take everything off of it, clean it off. Make sure you've got good lighting, whether you're inside, light up the place, or outside with daylight is always really good. Take a good photo. Take photos from all angles. Make sure you show any damage or any unique parts. And Facebook lets you post, I think, up to like 10 photos. So you don't need to post that many, but I'd say 2 or 3 is a good minimum. Tip number 2, have a good description. So once people click on your photo, they're going to read what you've got written. So if you're posting something, just make sure you say everything you can about it, design style, materials, and dimensions are super important because trust me, people will ask you the dimensions and it's always going to be when you're not home and you're going to forget to get the dimensions when you get back, so just make sure that's part of your initial listing. Also, when you're describing things, the more descriptive words you have, the more likely someone's going to find your post from a search. So if you have, a chair, you don't want to just post it as chair. Is it a mid-century modern chair? If you type all that in, somebody might just be looking for mid-century furniture. So when they search that, they'll stumble across your listing and not even know that they needed the thing you're selling. Tip number 3. Be clear on your price, but be ready to negotiate. People on reselling sites such as Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, all those love to negotiate. It's just part of the game, and so you want to post your price that's maybe your hopeful price, but expect you're going to take 5 or 10 bucks off. This won't always be the case. For instance, if I post something and I get 5 messages right away, I'm not going to take a lower price because I know that there's a demand for it at the price I've posted. But if I get 1 message and that's it, sure, I will happily take 5 bucks off. And if it's sat for a while, yeah, we'll take even more off because you just want to sell it and get it gone. If you post something and you're just like, nope, this is the bottom line I'll take, just make sure you put price is not negotiable, so people know going in that you're not going to take any less. Tip number 4, be willing to accept other kinds of payment. So in the past, I always only wanted cash. Cash is easy, cash is good, cash won't bounce at the bank. But recently, electronic payments are becoming more and more the norm. They're safe, they're easy, and nobody really carries cash anymore. So I've started to accept things such as PayPal or Venmo, or actually through Marketplace itself, you can send payments. So I've taken all those ways. I haven't had any issues. It's been simple, and it really helps for the higher priced items because people can just send stuff to you. No one's carrying that kind of cash anymore. It also works when you have a high demand for something and somebody wants to guarantee that you're going to sell that item to them. So what they can do is just shoot you payment and then arrange for pickup later. So it's a little risky on their end because you may not sell to them, but just be a good person and actually do sell to them. Tip number 5, list all your items separately. If you're selling, a wider range of things, you don't want to just do one posting and have your title be lots of things for sale, because people just aren't going to look through it. People might need whatever you have that's on your 5th photo, and when that's buried under all the other stuff, you're just going to get so many less views. So make sure you take the time to individually list each item, and so they have their own posting, they're all in the correct category, and are all just ready to go. Each listing really doesn't take that long. It's worth the extra time to do one posting per item. Plus, you don't have to do updates of this is available and this isn't. You just delete once you've sold and move on, and you still have all your other postings up to date and accurate and ready to be sold. Tip number 6. Join local buy and sell pages. So long before Marketplace, people were making groups where you could buy and sell locally. If you just do a quick search on Facebook where you type in your city and then buy, sell, plenty of groups will come up. Even when I lived in a very small town, I think that there were still half a dozen sites where people could buy and sell. You want to join these because some people aren't looking on the separate tab of Marketplace. They're just looking on those pages, and also those pages are in people's feed. So if they're only in their feed, they'll still see what's posted on there, and again, maybe see something they didn't know that they wanted, but it's there. Tip number 7, be friendly. I feel like this is kind of an unwritten rule in life, but sometimes it needs to be written. Be friendly to people. If you're nice to them, typically they'll be nice to you. They will be less likely to flake or to over-negotiate. And expect that most other people will be nice, but occasionally there are people that are rude. The most angry I've had people get is when they think that they should get an item that I've already sold to somebody else. So as soon as you promise an item to somebody and arrange a pickup time, make sure you mark it as pending so that they know. And then also, once you've sold, delete the listing. Facebook allows you to do a sold option, but you might as well just delete it. There's no reason in leaving it up there and confusing people, making them wish that they could have something that they can't. Tip number 8, renew until it sells. So Marketplace will allow you to renew an item once a week until it sells, and I think there's a maximum of 5 times on that, but hopefully you've always sold within that time. So all you have to do is go into your posting and edit the edit screen, and you just click renew and it'll go back to the top. This is important because there's lots of listings on Facebook and stuff gets buried pretty quickly, so just make sure as soon as you have the ability to renew, you can, and you do. Also, this is a great time to lower your price. If it hasn't sold within a week, it might be priced too high, so drop it by $5 or so and see what happens. Tip number 9, check out your buyer. So one great thing about Facebook that's different from Craigslist is it's a little more personal. You can go to your buyer's profile page and just see what you can see. Depending on their level of privacy, you may be able to just see a little bit, or you can see their whole life story, as we all know on Facebook. But this is important just to see, one, if their profile looks legit. If it's a brand new profile, sometimes that's a little worrisome. You can see if you have any friends in common. You can see what groups you have in common. It just makes it so that you can feel a little more comfortable with who you're meeting up with. And then also, when you do go to meet up, you will have a face to put with that name you've been messaging. It's just a way to be a little bit safer and feel a little bit more comfortable about selling your items. And lastly, tip number 10, meet in a safe location. So most people on Facebook Marketplace are good people just wanting to get a deal, sell some stuff. You know, it's mostly good people. But still, You always want to take your safety as the most important thing. So, meet in a safe location in a public place during the day where you can be seen and you can feel good about exchanging your goods. I've met in Walmart parking lots, in grocery store parking lots. I've met at the library before, just anywhere that there's other people there. I know a lot of police stations will also allow you to meet and exchange in their parking lot. Just make sure you're being safe and you want the other person to feel safe as well. It's so rare that there's ever a problem, but why risk it? And especially if you're like me and you are toting kids with you half the time. So those are my 10 tips. Like I said, I love Facebook Marketplace. It is the best place to sell as far as I'm concerned. You can upload from your phone in just minutes and have it out to thousands of people ready to come buy your item. You barely have to leave home to meet up and get some cash in your pocket and get rid of stuff that you already have. Thanks for following along. If you'd like more videos like this or to follow along my journey, please subscribe, please like this video, and if you have any other tips, please leave in the comments below. Thank you.